Hello and welcome back to Viking Conquest, and as you can see, we've actually just been insulted by a young noble, and we're going to challenge him to a duel. And there you go. The young noble prefers to flee rather than duel with you, and we gain 2 renown as a result of that. Now, as you can see, we're actually in a slightly different situation than we were last time. I've done a little bit of off-screen progression, nothing extravagant by any means, obviously. I didn't really want to do anything too much because I want you to see most of the action. Anyway, Reginald has returned, and did he actually come back? What? Did he actually come back with anything? He didn't come back with any right to rule. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what was actually going on there, but apparently no. Oh no, he hasn't come with any right to rule. What? What? Why wasn't he going away for some right to rule? Okay, that's kind of weird. Anyway, we're going to ask him to do that in a very quick second, but I'm heading in here because I want to... Ooh, hello. Oh, these guys are... Oh, wow, they are so incredibly expensive. Should I do this? Yeah, why not? Why not? We've got a good amount of cash right now, as you can see right here. I've got 14,600, and there's a reason for that. I went over to Dorstad, did all of the trading over there, bought some tar, came back to Edinburgh, sold it, and sold a bunch of other stuff that I had on me. And otherwise, that's it. I basically just did that trade route. I did fight a couple of extra bandits and things like that. I've actually been looking around for the horsemen throwing spears or something along those lines, because someone in the comments actually told me about them, and I was like, yes, I want those. You know, I very badly want those, because they apparently have massive amounts of stacks. They literally have like 12 ammunition in each stack of the weapon, and I thought to myself, wow, okay, that's pretty crazy, because if we can get 2 of those, then that's 24 javelins that I'll be able to throw. And personally, that is great. You know, that is really, really nice, because as it stands right now, I really don't have a huge amount of utility with my thrown weapons, because I have 6 and 2, so I literally just have 8. And if we can triple that and make it 24, then that's going to be so incredibly useful, especially considering I do actually have a decent amount of riding skill, but I don't really have anything in horse archery, of course. But in the grand scheme of things, when you have 24 of those things, it's really not a big deal to miss a couple of shots here and there. Now, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to find the mayor here. I'm not entirely sure why I'm not able to find him, but even so, the point is that I might have some issues actually even affording something here, because I have recently bought a farmstead that produces mead or beer or whatever it may be in Edinburgh, because that gives us the greatest profit, only by about 100, but it's still decent. Ah, right, okay. This guy, the guy that is actually the lord, the liege of this particular town, is not really liking me that much, so I guess we'll just move on. That's absolutely fine, no problem at all there. Don't really mind too much about that. This guy might also have a similar thing going on with us, because, well, we have a bad reputation, as we know. And I'm actually pretty close to achieving my goals, and as far as I'm aware, the reward for achieving the infamous raider goal is actually a couple of mercenary units. I'm not entirely sure how effective they're going to be, because obviously I've never done the goals in Viking Conquest before, but it's going to be really fun to find out, or at least I hope so. Anyway, hello. Yes, okay, so this guy actually likes us, or at the very least the liege of the town likes us quite a bit. So let's take a look at some of the profits that we're seeing here. The profits, ooh, okay. Profits for the foundry are only 500. That is not very good, I gotta say. The brewery is much better, as you can see. Well, not much better, but it's better just generally. Wow, I guess I will just get a brewery. Why not? There you go. That's 14,500. So now we are basically broke. I literally have 168. I do have a horse, which I could technically sell to a bandit hideout for 4,000. Yeah, that's pretty amazing to be able to sell just a regular horse like that. Now, let me just tell you real quick. I tested this out. basically, I went over to the merchant down in... where is it now? I went all the way down... Yeah, okay, so I went to Jorvik or Bebbanborough. I can't remember now, but it was when I first started playing in my off-screen session, so it was a while ago. But the point is that basically I bought a very, very cheap item from the marketplace, and I went over to a renegade, I think it was Jorvik, because I went to this renegade's camp, and I sold it there, and I sold it for 15 less than I bought it for. So yeah, because there was actually someone that asked in the comments whether you can actually buy something from the regular marketplace and take it over to the renegade's camp and actually get more money for it. But that is not the case, because otherwise that would be very exploitable, I suppose. So, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But I have explored a little bit in the north here. As you can see, there's actually another Renegade's camp right over there. And this is perfect, basically. This is absolutely perfect. These guys might actually prove to be quite good to fight, because we're going to get some amazing loot from them. And I'm actually a bit worried about my... oh, dear. I am quite worried about my setup at the moment. This might be problematic. I don't know how this is going to go. Can we send off Reginald yet to do this? No. Does he not want to do that? Okay, we sent off Solveig. Oh, yes, I also did just recruit Solveig into our party. So that's really, really good. And I actually do have a list of companions that I'm wanting to get, because they all work together with each other quite well. But the problem is that they're not very big fans of raiding, and you know, obviously we're kind of doing that at the moment, aren't we? Anyway, I'm actually going to attack these guys, even though I could offer for them to join us, and that generally would be the thing that I will do in the future, because it will reduce our reputation even further, and it will give us some really pretty powerful units to command. And we're starting in a really awful position, aren't we? Yeah, very, very awful. Now, I have to be very, very careful in this particular battle, because these enemies, they're pretty good. You know, they're not going to be the rabble that we're used to fighting against in the forms of, you know, ruffians and bandits and brigands and all manners of unsavory characters. No, these guys are going to be bandit leaders and Vikings of some kind. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit, a little bit dicey. A little bit dicey. I've got to be very cautious about thrown weapons as well. But I have been practicing a little bit. I did fight a rather large group of ruffians, and there was like 41 of them or something like that. But obviously ruffians, they don't have shields, they have the lightest gear possible, they're really, really easy to take out. So it is going to be one of those things where we have to be very, very careful about what we're doing here. Going to tell everyone to charge in here and see if I can maybe... Yeah, there we go. We took out the slave driver. We're killing a lot of the higher tier units first, which is really, really good, because that means that the loot quality is going to be better, or at least that's how I understand it. And hopefully we'll be able to win the day without losing too many units in the process. As you can see, most of the damage has now been done, and it looks to be an absolute stomp. Even though it would have been really nice to kill that bandit leader first, you know, because then we may have gained actual better armor and you know, all kinds of things from there. But it's okay, because we actually knocked him unconscious, which also means that I can actually take him prisoner. And I think there is a ransom broker nearby in Edinburgh, and that would make sense. I'm actually wondering whether I should take first claim on all the loot, especially in this particular situation, because it is going to give us a lot of money. So I'm going to take first claim. As you can see right here, look at these helms. The armor, everything is looking really, really good. So I'm just going to take all of this. I think I'm actually going to take all of it. I think I literally am. Because what's going to happen here, I am literally just going to sell every single piece that I get. There we go. Okay, fantastic. So my troops are going to lose 40 morale, which of course is going to happen. That's just going to happen. And Brunhild is actually going to be part of my army. Reginald is... I think he is as well. He might not be. It just depends. It depends, because I have a set list, as I said, of what kind of companions I want to have, and I'm not entirely sure if he's going to really get on with them. So I'm going to say that Brunhild is a valuable member of this company, and yeah, hopefully they will not see fit to argue too much. Now I'm going to go... Oh, we've got to go... I'm not entirely sure if I can get there in time. Do you think I can get there in time? Okay, let's go to the Renegades camp anyway. We might come across a couple of other bandits or something like that I might be able to fight for some quick morale boosts. And I'm talking about these renegades right here. Stop, renegades. Shall I say, stop, criminal scum? Because that actually is quite applicable here. But anyway, let's attack them. And we're just going to attack without me because there's only 4 of them. They might end up killing a couple of our people. Yeah, in Viking Conquest, I've always found that auto-resolve is really, really harsh. Because you can see here that I lost 2 units against these. Really? Against these? There's no way that veterans and spearmen would die against these in a normal battle. But, you know, that's just how it goes. Oh, I didn't get to actually choose? Oh, that's kind of weird. All right, well, guess I'll just swap out one of these shields for the better shield and one of these axes for the better axe. Oh, there we go. We did gain 4 morale, so I suppose it's not too bad. And Brunhild actually likes us by the looks of things. Oh, no, never mind. She's not liking Reginald, of course. Yeah, so I'm just going to tell her that we are supporting her. And there we go. Let's just do that. Well, never mind. Okay, I guess I did gain a little bit of morale, which I suppose is okay. But as you can see, look at this. 12,000. How much do you think we're actually going to get from this? Do you think we're going to get all of it? I think we might. But the thing is that I actually want to save 1 or 2 pieces for my companions because we do want to get them kitted out as soon as possible. So I'm thinking I will keep these 2 helms. I will keep these 2 shields, and I think that's actually it. These boots are actually better than what I have, amusingly enough, so I will be wearing those. And then otherwise, so basically everything apart from these 2 helms and shields will be sold. So how much do you think we're going to get from this? It's already at 4,000, and we've still got many, many more to go. Look at this. Look at this insanity. 8,500 from that. And I could sell this horse as well for 4,100, as you can see right there, which is just insane in itself. So there you go. Those 2 helms are going to be equipped on our guys relatively soon. And I can actually fight some more renegades. Oh, yes, I want to fight these renegades. They have 2 young warriors in their prisoner's hold. And we're actually just going to go and charge at them this time around so that we don't lose anyone unnecessarily against such a small band. I feel like that is definitely very much worth it, because these 2 young warriors will advance into some pretty high tier units. I think someone actually did recommend trying to rescue young warriors as much as possible. Oh, I don't want to kill the low tier unit. I want to try and kill the high tier unit first, if I can. Ow. Yes. Oh, it was just a robber? Are you serious? It was just a robber? Oh well, never mind. The robber actually does have some good armor on, so it doesn't really matter, you know, which thing you kill first, as long as the guy has some good armor on, and we might actually have an opportunity to loot it from him, which would be quite nice. But there you go. Frank Horseman actually doing a pretty good job. You know, good work, Frank. Yeah, I know. Anyway, there's 2 morale, and we do have the 2 young warriors. So these guys actually level up into slave hunters. Yes, so that's actually quite good for taking prisoners and things like that. Gonna rescue the rest of them as well. And I'm wondering whether I should take first claim on the loot again. Maybe I should. Let's take first claim on the loot again. Yes, now here you go. Look at this. Look at how insane this actually is. Wow. Okay, so we're just going to take all of it, because we can, and we're going to then have terrible morale. Do bear that in mind. We will have terrible, absolutely awful morale, and people will be leaving. As you can see, Agathonos is attempting to leave. I'm going to attempt to persuade him, but that did not work. So he's going to leave, but that's fine because he is an engineer that we will be able to gain later on down the line, or at least I hope so. And Brunhild is having some problems with Mattchu now as well. Yes, Mattchu, if you don't know, is our new companion. He's also the pre-evolution to Pikachu, so yeah, that's also a thing. he can hopefully use his Thunderbolt attack to help us out. Anyway, I guess I'll just side with Brunhild again. Now, we are going to have some problems. Yes, I know. We are going to have issues. And I'm going to keep the chest piece, I think, because that chest piece is quite good. And otherwise, we will be selling everything else. And we're going to, once again, gain a massive amount of cash. I wonder, if I sell that, that's 1,000. Do I really need it? Not really, I suppose. Not really. Okay, so is there a town nearby to me right here? Doesn't look like it. The closest town is Skuin, so I will be rushing down there as quickly as I can. It is very much necessary. There we go. Phew. Okay, wait. Yep. Almost. I think I might have almost been at the limit, and I might have lost a huge amount of units right there. But there we go. We're gaining 700 from our prisoners as well. There's an old captain here. Gonna hire him. And there's a happy widow. I need to raise the morale of my men. And there's also someone here. Yeah, there's another 1,300. That's absolutely fine because we still have a very decent amount of cash, as you can see, 7,600. So we really did a very, very nice job there. And we literally only went into battle against 2 bandit parties. And we were able to gain that much. And I literally had nothing, if you recall. I literally had 168 or something like that. So that is really, really cool in my opinion. Now, the one thing that I want to do is I really want to find those horseman javelins. I have no idea, by the way, where they are, because I have checked in Ireland before I left Ireland. I did check to see, whether there was anything there. And, I checked a couple of other places as well, and I should probably rest too, because of course we do have morale while resting turned on, for realism's sake, I suppose. But yes, I did check Ireland. Only like 2 towns I checked for the horseman javelins. Couldn't find them for some reason. Then I went over to Wales and I checked a couple of towns there. Couldn't find anything there either. And then I went up to up to Edinburgh actually, to take a ship from there all the way over to Dorstad. And no, it didn't help. So I have no idea where the horseman javelins are. So if anyone knows, then by all means let me know in the comments. All right, don't want you picking any more fights with him, Reginald. You're being annoying. And speaking of him being annoying, I'm going to send him off and hopefully, yep, there we go. Hopefully he will get me some really, really nice right to rule. Or at least I hope so. All right, so I'm actually going to go over here to Stone Row. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I'd like to find out because I don't think I've ever been there before, to be honest. I think it could be quite fun to find out. And oh yeah, by the way, I can actually build my refuge now, as you can see right here. So your men await your orders to start building the refuge. There is enough material collected so far, and what may be missing can be purchased in nearby villages. So technically I could do that if I wanted to have a fief rather than just some quarters that I have some random place. But the one thing I really like about having the quarters is that you can move it at any time, which I think is really quite useful. But otherwise, nearby you see a house surrounded by a row of stones on the ground. It seems an idyllic place to live, surrounded by peace and tranquility, with nary a concern but to get up and take care of the livestock or crops. It is therefore impossibly distant from your hectic itinerant life on the road. All right, well, let me go inside and actually see what's going on here. Hello. I actually thought this guy was attacking me for a second, but it's actually just my companions. All right, so I was hoping that I would be on my horse right now because my stamina is going to deplete itself relatively quickly thanks to me having such heavy armor on and obviously me having a very low athletic skill as well. Speaking of athletic skill, it seems like Mattchu is super fast. He's doing a really good job running quickly, He might be able to even give Usain Bolt a little bit of a run for his money, maybe. Yeah, it's probably unlikely. Let's face it. It's probably unlikely. All right, so what is actually going on here? It seems like there's a couple of people. I think I'll probably be able to speak to those people. Oh, yeah, I actually did neglect to speak to the priest guy, the abbot. I'm not entirely sure what his name is, actually, or what his title is, shall we say, in Finian. I actually did forget to do that because I was so caught up in doing trading and finding wool and all that stuff. So I'm definitely going to need to head back there and do that at some point later on. Ooh, there's a bunch of Vikings around here. This is cool. Oh, I like this. Can I recruit some Vikings from here? This would be quite nice. My stamina is pretty bad, as you can see. Can I recruit these? Ah! Oh, I have slaves to sell. Oh, this is great. This is a trading post. Here we buy captured slaves and offer a better price than other sites. If you brought slaves to sell, talk, if not leave. Sorry for disturbing you. Okay, this is great. This is a really, really nice place. So that means that if I do take some prisoners, I should be able to come here and sell them, which is really quite good. I don't know whether they are going to pay us more than regular ransom brokers. Did he say that just now? Did he say that he'd pay more? Because if that is indeed the case... Yes, we do. Okay, wow, okay, yeah. That is a better price. Okay, wow. Okay, so you know what that means. Oh, yeah, you know what that means. That means we should get into a whole bunch of fights, and we should come here and sell the prisoners right there. Okay, so that is fantastic. That is really, really cool, because now we have basically a surefire way of getting massive amounts of cash from 2 revenue streams. And you know what they are, of course. You know, we're going to get revenue from the loot, selling it at renegade camps, and we're also going to get all kinds of stuff from the prisoners as well, that we're inevitably going to be able to take prisoner from those fights too, which is just crazy. So yeah, if you are like me and you are doing the infamous raider thing and you have a negative reputation, then come up here, because this is pretty fantastic. And I'm sure that there's going to be a huge amount of bandit parties in the area as well. Look at this. More renegades, and they actually have a Norway Viking in their prisoners' hold. So we're going to fight these guys. And I got to say, I really like the map layouts and the map tile sets in Viking Conquest. Because look at this water. Do you see the water? It actually has a flowing to it. Because usually, you know, you're not going to really see that often in like base native, you know, the base game. Oh, whoa, okay. There's actually some lightning going on here. So if anyone has any issues with epilepsy or something like that, be a bit careful about watching this next section, but hopefully it won't do it that often. But anyway, let's see if we can maybe take out the highest tier unit first. Is it this guy? No. I did decapitate him though, I think, so he's not going to be too pleased with me, is he? There we go. They've lost a quarter of their troops already. Oh, wow, that's even giving me some issues, isn't it? Okay, yeah, that's pretty harsh. But it's a cool effect, you know? It's a cool effect to have that as a bit of a atmospheric addition, I guess you could say. But, yeah, obviously, for people that suffer from epilepsy, not the best for that. But anyway, there you go. We actually finished, and now we don't have any more flashing, thank goodness. But otherwise, there you go. All right, so we are now able to rescue this guy, and I don't even know whether I should, to be honest, because the amount of money that I'm paying in weekly cost is just insane right now. I'm not going to reduce my people's morale. I'm just going to loot what I can loot, and then just move on. And then we can sell the Renegades camp once again. I was hopeful that we'd be able to take some of them prisoner, but apparently we didn't get that lucky that time. So, yeah, we've already given 1 shield and 1 helm to Asbjorn. We're actually going to give him one of these axes as well, because it kind of makes sense to do that. And maybe we'll give him this chest piece too. But otherwise there's 1,000... 1,300. That's pretty good. Not too bad. Not amazing, obviously, but we've seen the extent of how good it can actually be. So we're just going to go and give Asbjorn a better weapon, because he's using a staff right now, which is just terrible for him. And otherwise, he's using a sling. The monk robe is actually really good, amazingly enough. It's actually, I'm going to say, probably better than this. So I'll just keep that for someone else, I guess. Whoever is going to come back relatively soon. I mean, it's taking them a while to come back, to be honest, but oh well, never mind. Oh yeah, and I should probably also address the whole monastery raiding thing. I know that I said a while ago in the series, I think, maybe, not entirely sure if I did mention it, but if I didn't, then basically the reason why I'm not raiding monasteries, even though it would be extremely fun and, you know, very nicely thematic with what we're currently doing, you know, we're a bandit, we're a Viking raider of some kind, and it would be pretty cool to do that. But unfortunately, the main problem with it is the fact that I am then going to lose relation with every single Christian faction in the game. And it's going to be pretty bad, because that's going to mean that I think it's every single week. I'm not sure if it's every single day. I think it's every single week you will lose relation with those factions, and then you're not going to be able to go in there and sell to them. So you're going to make the game much harder as a result. And I'm already kind of going up against it by playing this Ironman, but maybe it will be something for the future when we are really, really powerful and we don't really care about who is our enemy at that point. So I'm going to attack these guys. This is actually our largest fight that I've ever done, and we'll see whether we can actually do something here. I'm a bit worried about this, to be fair, because there are quite a few high-tier units on the enemy side, but on the other hand, they do have 34 sailors. And if you know anything about sailors in Viking Conquest, they really are extremely bad. And you're not really going to have to worry about sailors actually killing you. Or maybe you will, who knows. It's going to be one of those things where I say, oh yes, this unit is really bad, and then I'm going to get killed by it, no doubt. That's a thing. That's a thing that happens to me more often than not. Alright, let's get my people in good positionings. Alright, good archers. Actually, I have more skirmishers than archers. I literally have no archers, in actual fact. And we do have 7 horse archers, which is actually going to be quite advantageous for us. Although, the enemy is making things very difficult, as you can see. They're actually just standing on the hill over there and making things very uncomfortable for me. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I guess I am going to tell my people just to all come over here, and we'll see if we can approach from some other angle. Maybe if we can approach from this angle, then it might make sense, but as you can see, my forces are taking so long to get over here. It's going to be one of those things, you know. It's going to be one of those things where I'm like, okay, you know, you could get over here, but the problem is that now my people are going to have even less stamina, if you know what I mean. So every single unit is affected by stamina, and the more that my people run all over the battlefield, here and there and everywhere, it's going to make them tired. And as a result, they're going to be even less effective in combat than they would normally be. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of waiting once my infantry actually get over here, because otherwise they're just going to run in and they'll get exhausted, and then their damage and their movement speed will be absolutely abysmal. So hopefully we'll be able to do that, and they will actually allow us to do that. So we do actually have complex formations in Viking Conquest, and I'm actually going to go for a shield wall. Did that actually work? I think they're automatically in shield wall, actually. So there is no need for me to do it. But yeah, that's really, really good. So we're going to just go here, and then we're just going to wait. Okay, raise your shield, please, sir. Yeah, there we go. He's actually raised his shield now. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to wait. Oh, hello. My horse is getting murdered. No, it's turned into a unicorn now. If only. I mean, it would be able to fly and do all kinds of magical things, but yes. Wow, actually a lot of my people seem to have thrown weapons. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's just tell my people just to attack the enemy polearm division for the moment. And we'll see if we can maybe do some damage here and there. Bear in mind that if my horse goes down, I will probably take quite a bit of damage. So that's obviously something that's a bit worrying. Let's go in and attack them even further. I'm not gonna tell them to charge in, because charging in usually will make them lower all of their defenses, and that's never a good sign. So I'm just gonna tell my horse archers to charge in though, because I think they have horse archer AI in this mod. I think they do, but if not, then well, that's just how it has to be. My horse is now crippled, but I have another one in my inventory, so I should be able to use that one as a replacement. Oh wow. Seems like these guys are a little bit slippery in regards to actually getting killed by us. But that's fine, not a problem. As long as my people do damage, that's all that really matters. Even though it would be nice to get myself a little bit of proficiency here and there, a little bit of experience. And what we're going to be doing is with my next batch of money, because I think I've invested in quite a few businesses now. With my next batch of money, I'm going to attempt to buy a relatively medium-sized ship. And then what I'll try to do is with my next skill points, I will try to add points in Sea King, not Goldine, but in Sea King, and then I will attempt to try and capture some enemy ships. And if I can do that, then I'll be making quite a significant amount of money that way as well, because I'm going to be, well, killing enemies, capturing them, looting them, so I'll be able to sell the loot to nearby bandit hideouts and so on and so forth, and then I will also be able to capture their ships and sell those ships to towns. And if we can do that, we're going to be rolling in cash. We're going to be rolling in it, or at least I hope so. Otherwise, there you go. That was a pretty easy victory for us, wasn't it? Not too bad, not too bad. And we are able to capture a couple of prisoners. This is actually going to test the wonderful stone row camp that sells, or should we say that buys prisoners for a much larger amount. I'm wondering whether I should take first claim on this as well, because if I take first claim on this, we're going to get massive amount of loot. We really are. Yeah, I mean, literally, look at this. All of this stuff is... Oh, yeah, this was definitely worth it, in my opinion. Got to look out for some horseman javelins as well. I'm not entirely sure if you only get them through drops or something like that, but whatever the case, there you go. Lost 40 morale, but worth it? Maybe. Maybe not. It really depends, because we're going to lose some people now, as you can see, which is kind of bad, but it's a lot of cash, it's a lot of cash. So we're just going to continue selling this. We'll just sell this. There we go. And how much do you think we're going to get? We're probably going to bankrupt the guy, do you think? Maybe? No? Almost. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, yeah, if I sold this and this, then yeah, that definitely would have been taking all his money. But I'm pretty happy with 6,000 right now. And we're going to head back to Skewin. And I will be waiting for some time because obviously my morale is so incredibly low. And there's Clovis. He's finally returned. And he's given us some right to rule. I don't even know what my right to rule is at the moment. Do you want to see? How do I check that? My right to rule is 18. That's actually pretty good, I guess, isn't it? That's actually not too bad. Okay. I guess that's quite nice. Aelchu is having some problems with Brunhild. Yes, unfortunately, I don't have all of the companions yet that are on my list, and that's the problem with all of these complaints, because if I had all the people on my list, they probably wouldn't complain. So that is going to be a bit of an issue here. But yeah, I'm just going to say that Brunhild is really, really good, and you should stop bothering her. I think this guy could technically go off, and I can't do it yet. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Yeah, I don't really want to gear him up, to be honest, because if I gear him up, then he's just going to run away with it when he inevitably leaves. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode, and next time we will hopefully have enough funds to be able to buy a ship and try some naval combat. Bear in mind that if I die while we are on the ocean waves, that is a failure of the Ironman challenge. And you can see here that this guy... Oh no. Yeah, it's because of our morale problems. This is going to be an issue. Alright. Or is it? Maybe it's not. Yeah, there we go. Take him out. Yes, that's what you get. That is what you get. It went right in his neck. Oh, he's going to feel that tomorrow, isn't he? There you go. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why throwing weapons as well are really, really fun to use in Viking Conquest. I never thought I'd say that ever, because I'm really bad with them. But anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.